Hi, my name is Karina Salgado. This is my yoga edition for Maria Tabler and for 24-Hour Fitness. So if we can please come to a comfortable seated pose as we begin our breath. Seating up tall. Placing your hands above your knees, palm up. Gently closing your eyes and relax your breath. Inhaling through the nostrils, deeply, and then slowly exhaling completely. Taking the time to assess where you are today for your practice. Resting the tip of your tongue at the roof of your mouth. Inhaling through the nostrils, the same length as your exhale. As you slow down your breath and quiet the mind. Make sure you expand the belly. And have a deep inhalation. And as we exhale, exhale completely. You'll almost sound like Darth Vader. So as you continue with your breath, start to quiet the chatter in the mind and focus on your breath. Throughout your practice, continue with this pace of breath. Inhaling in through the nostrils. Exhaling through the nostrils. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Use this time to be aware of your body. Assess and scan the body from your crown to your sit bones, to your fingers, to your toes. You don't have to do anything about it right now. Just be present and stay connected with your body. Those little tight spots, those little tight areas, breathe into it and bring space as you inhale into those tight areas. And then in your last inhale, hold that breath for a moment and slowly open your gaze to the floor as you exhale. Let's go ahead and start with movement. Inhaling our arms up, bringing them up in as we inhale, looking between the thumbs. And exhale as we press those arms down to the earth. Inhale up, reaching up to the sky. And exhale, pressing down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Taking this time, using your right hand, placing it on the floor as we lift our left arm up, reaching, pressing down that shoulder, and as we do a side stretch, making sure your sit bones are on the ground, leaning towards the side of the room. Staying connected with your breath as you initially started. And take it back center. Planting your left hand to the floor, reaching your right arm up to the ceiling, and as we do a side stretch, look in the inside arm, inside bicep, as you lift and reach up and out from your rib cage. One more inhale. And exhale back to neutral. Taking this time for our first twist. Taking your right hand right behind you, supporting close to your glutes. Aligning that spine, making sure your spine is straight. Taking your left hand to your knee, and as you inhale in, that's when you do your twist. Nice gentle twist. Give yourself a nice stretch, elongating that spine, reaching up from the crown as you connect your sit bones to the earth, and twist. If you want to challenge, see if you can bring your shoulder, your head over the right shoulder as you hold that pose. And slowly take it back to neutral. Arms out, placing it to center. Taking your left hand behind, supporting that spine, making yourself sit up tall, lifting up that chest, taking your right hand to your left knee, and as you inhale in, go ahead and do your spinal twist and hold that pose as you continue with your breath. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. And if you want to go for a deeper challenge, for a deeper stretch, go ahead and look over your left shoulder. Let's take it back to neutral. This time, let's go to our tabletop position, swinging our legs underneath, making sure our hips and our knees are aligned, as well as our shoulders and our wrists are aligned. Making sure your hand is splayed open to keep the weight balanced. This time, as we are tabletop neutral position, we're going to start with our cow, bringing our chest up as we lift our sit bones to the ceiling for cow. As we inhale in, we're going to exhale, bringing up that belly in for cat, rounding out that back, pressing your pelvis forward, rounding out that back, and inhale again to cow. Lifting up those sit bones and your tailbone up, and exhale to cat again. Inhale one more time to cow. And exhale to cat. This time we are going to go to our cow position. And we are going to add another pose, which is the cat bow, bringing the thumbs towards the nipple line as our hips are up. And as we exhale, we're going to exhale into cat. And we're going to bring it down to our child's pose. Come back up to neutral, cow. Into cat bow, inhale. Exhale up to cat, into child's pose. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhale to cow, into cat bow. And exhale to cat, into child's pose. Last time. Stay a moment here in your child's pose. Now, if and when you ever feel the need to stop, keep the child's pose in mind as your resting pose. This is where you catch your breath and continue when you're ready. So from here, let's come back up to our tabletop, neutral tabletop position. We're going to go into our downward dog, curling our toes underneath as we lift up our hips to the ceiling and pressing the heels down as we elongate our spine, pressing away from the top of our mat into our downward dog. Now from here, let's go ahead and walk our dog by pressing and finding a range of motion with this pose. We're still warming up our body. Make sure you're moving those hips and bending those knees as you straighten up that spine as you push away from the top of your mat. And when you're ready, go ahead and settle into your downward dog pose. And when you can, go ahead and either walk up your feet or jump to your hands front. And as we extend the leg, let's go into a standing tabletop, placing your hands on the front of your shins as you elongate and strengthen that spine as you pull from the crown of your head for your tabletop, standing tabletop position. And as we exhale down, go ahead and exhale forward for our forward fold, making sure that your weight is even from underneath you, lifting up from the top of your thighs as you bring that chest closer and lengthening that spine. Grab your elbows and swing side to side for your range of motion. And when you're ready, go ahead and settle in and exhale your hands down. From here, we're going to go ahead and inhale our arms up into a swan dive, up. Flattening up that back, reaching forward, and then we are going to do a slight back bend, pulling from the front as we place our hands into heart center. As I face you, let's go ahead and start with our sun salutations. Inhaling our arms up, looking between the thumbs, exhaling, swan dive, down. Inhale, up for tabletop. Exhaling forward, placing your hands down to the floor, extending those back legs into a plank. And as we go down to our chaturanga, keep in mind to keep your elbows close to your ribs as you bring your body down. Inhale up for upward dog. And curl those toes underneath you, and exhale for your downward dog. Jump and step up to your hands into a standing tabletop. Exhale, swan dive up. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale up for swan dive. And slight back bend. And hands in front of the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, plank into chaturanga. Inhale, up for upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Jump and step up to a standing tabletop. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swan dive up. Slight arch reaching, bending, hands in front of the heart. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Inhale up for the upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. From here, go ahead and lift up your right leg. And bring that into front for a low lunge. Keeping in mind that your knee and your ankle are aligned. Bring down that left knee to the floor, squaring off your hips, and making sure your spine is aligned and straight. Pulling that energy from the crown, from your tailbone to the crown, lengthening when you're in this pose. Softening your hips as we give ourselves a good stretch here. Two more breaths. And let's go over our second twist of the day. Go ahead and placing your left hand close to your right foot. And from here, take your left hand right hand to your hip. If you're ready to make sure that you lift up from your ribs and pulling from your abdomen, from your abdominals, reach up that arm up to the ceiling. You should feel your right knee getting straight and closer to your left shoulder. And hold that pose. And exhale it down. Curling that toe underneath you. Into plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale. Lifting up the left leg up into our low lunge. Bringing down that right knee as we hold this pose. Making sure that your knee and your ankle are aligned with each other. And feel that length from the spine as you soften your hips. Go ahead and take your right hand to your left foot, placing it close to your left foot, taking your left hand to your hip for your twist. If you want, you can go ahead and raise up your hand, reach it up to the sky as you hold that pose, feeling that knee going towards your right shoulder and your right shoulder to your knee. And let's go ahead and bring it down. Curling up that toe into your plank, into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale all to your downward dog. From here, let's go ahead and lift up that right leg into our warrior two. Making sure that knee is bent, back leg's 30-degree angle. Tuck in that tailbone. Looking over your finger. Pressing into that pinky toe in your back leg as you challenge your front leg as it's still bent. And stabilize your pose. Extending the leg straight as we inhale forward to our triangle. Lifting up from that rib, don't collapse that rib. Reaching up to the sky as we hold this pose. Come back down to our warrior two. This time, go ahead and retract to the back as we do our reverse warrior. Placing our hands behind, lifting the front arm up and lifting up to the ceiling for reverse warrior. Cartwheel arms down to plank, to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And let's do the other side, lifting up the right leg up into our warrior two. Inhale, straightening that leg. Exhale as we lean forward for our Trikonasana. And come back into our warrior two. Lunging back to our reverse warrior. Let's cartwheel our arms down into plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale into our downward dog. Taking that right leg back up. Go ahead and bring that in. This time we're going to go ahead and bring it into our pigeon. Placing our leg forward. Making sure your hips are squared. And when you're ready, try not to tilt the hips, square off that hip. lengthening that back leg. And when you're ready, go ahead and feel free to recline your pigeon.
And when you're ready, let's go ahead and bring that up.
Placing our hands underneath, curling that toe underneath,
And bringing that leg back down for a downward dog. To the left side, lifting the left leg up, bringing the left leg in, across.
your shin should be in the middle of your belly. And find your center. Squaring off that hip. Lengthening that back leg, and when you're ready, recline pigeon.
Let's come up.
Placing our hands on the mat, curling that toe underneath.
Back into downward dog. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and jump
Or walk up your feet.
to a standing tabletop. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly swan that up.
Lean back. And hands towards center. Let's go ahead and take it down to the floor. As we go into our boat pose. Hands onto the floor, feet flat, back straight. This time, find your center. Taking your hands, now extending your hands out, straight. Finding that core center of yours. And this time, see if you can release your hands out forward, lifting that leg up, tapping it down, and the other leg. If you can do both legs, bring them up and hold. Activating that abdominal core. Lifting up your chest, don't scrunch up, press those shoulders down as you extend those arms forward for balance. And if you want to challenge, see if you can extend the legs out for your boat pose. Bring your knees back in. And slowly recline to the floor as we go into our final stretch and pose. Bringing up your right leg in, across, ankle to knee, as we do a reverse pigeon, pressing your hip socket open as you flex your foot to protect your legs. As we stretch out our adductors here. Threading the needle, taking the hand, bringing it up underneath. As you pull towards your shoulder, not the middle of your chest, but towards your shoulders, you're opening up your knee for that nice hip opener. As we stretch those legs. And exhale, bringing our legs down. Let's do the other side. Taking that other leg, crossing it forward, ankle to knee, opening it up, keeping both hips to the floor, and just breathe into it. Taking your hand, threading the needle, pulling it up from the thigh, pulling that thigh up to your shoulder for that deep stretch. Go ahead and bring it back down, both feet onto the floor. This time, bring your knees in.
and circle and massage your sacrum. Think of having a pencil between your knees and you're drawing a circle up in the ceiling. And when you're ready, go ahead and reverse that. And from here, go ahead and squeeze your chest, your knees towards your chest. Taking your arms out to a T. Bringing those knees into your chest and twisting and letting it fall to the right side for your final twist. And as you inhale those knees back in, squeeze them again. Back arms out in the T. Let's go ahead and let them fall to the left side of the room. Bringing those knees towards your elbow. Come back to center. Squeezing one last final time and give yourself in a nice tight ball. As we release our legs one leg at a time into our Shavasana. Legs apart, palms up to the ceiling, and just relax. Let gravity do its work as you fall through your Shavasana, going deeper and deeper into the earth. Just relax and breathe and focus on your breath. And don't let anything bother you. Just relax. See if you have any difference from when you started your practice today. It's just you and your body and your breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Lift up your arms above you as if you're stretching for the first time today. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll to your right side. Placing your hands underneath your head like a pillow. And when you're ready, go ahead and use your left arm to prop yourself up and come back to a seated, comfortable position. Moment and see how your body feels from when you started. And remember to keep in mind